Hello and welcome to episode 65 of the podcast. It is Clark here with Phil.
Hello.
So this week we're going to do something new, bit different, very scary. So
The depths.
we're going to change up the format. So basically we're going to have three parts. So the first part this week we're going to discuss the new game Anthem. Part 2 we're going to discuss what's been trending. We're going to keep that up in the weeks coming forward. What's trending this week? What's trending today? And part 3 we're going to discuss Detective Pikachu and a little finisher. So yeah, we hope you enjoy. We're excited about this one.
Woo!
This week we thought we'd start with a short rundown, basically as EA would describe Anthem. So literally word for word, they say the world of Anthem is a dangerous place, chaotic, unpredictable, a world left unfinished and abandoned by the gods. As a freelancer, you're one of the elite few chosen to fight against the chaos, to wield the power of your javelin and bring order to the madness. I think it's very well written.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
What, that or the actual game?
Both.
I mean,
Start with that.
That sort of is that is what the game. They're not short sighted. Like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It is an absolute chaotic game. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like, I mean, I've played 33 hours of it now, and I don't even know. I think I'm like 4, 6, 8 power, whatever it is. But once you get to level 30, like, it's not even a grind to get there.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun. You don't even realize
True.
like once you complete the story and stuff, you usually complete the story between 25 and 30. So you're sort of finished anyway with leveling up. But then once you get to that point, you have to obviously get your armor and whatnot. So it doesn't feel like a grind at all. There's no such thing as a grind in that game yet, unless you want to get all the stuff. Like,
or very specific.
it's like specific roles and whatnot. Yeah. But like Shroud said, after a certain part of the story, and it wasn't even like a hard part of the story. It wasn't even grindy. Personally, my opinion of the game, despite all the controversy and the mess at the beginning, where it was just everyone just didn't know what was going to happen with the game. People were like, "Oh, this is going to be terrible. It's going to be." People were like, "It's going to be great." You don't know what's going to happen. But it's the same thing with Destiny 1 Vanilla. Like, no one knew exactly what was going to happen with it. And it turned out to be great.
It was the beta that I was very concerned because the beta was very poor. Like
the demo one.
Yeah. It was
the
terrible.
VIP demo was dreadful.
Yeah, it was not good. And even getting on after that, for the the more public one was terrible.
Really, I thought it got better with the public one.
I honestly played it and sort of thought, I don't even know if this is worth my money.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I still got it, but I would agree. It's a lot of fun, and it is one playing with your friends.
Yeah.
Apart from being more rewarding, literally.
Yeah.
I think it's so much better.
Yeah. Well, it's more rewarding playing with others. It says so you can play with randoms. Everything's match made.
Yeah.
But,
obviously, you still get, but I mean.
Yeah. If you want a challenging game, you're probably better off playing it by yourself in hard mode. But if you're wanting to get the most of the experience and whatnot, you better play with randoms if you don't have a certain team with you.
If you don't have like a whole group of mates.
But if you have loads of friends that have got it and they want to play it and they've got it on the same day and whatnot, then by all means jump on it with them, like, because it is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, I played free play by myself, and it was okay for the first like half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you just sort of got to the point you're like, oh, no one to talk to really. There's no sort of banter in between and stuff. So the game sort of
teamwork's key as well.
Yeah, teamwork is definitely, because there's combos and stuff in it. So whenever you hurt, like if you freeze a certain enemy and someone else electrocutes them or puts them on fire or whatever, creates a combo and also brings up your ultimate meter and whatnot. So it definitely is a team-based game, but you can deal with randoms. It's not as much fun with randoms, because
free play certainly isn't, because they can go anywhere.
Yeah,
and then you're just like, oh.
Yeah, but that's sort of you sort of follow them then, don't you?
Yeah.
Like you can't just go and, like, it's different whenever you're with a couple of friends. You're like, well, you can look at the map, know where you're gonna go there, do the thing, and then that's it. If there is a thing there, but you have to spawn in, follow whatever Billy randomer comes in. And you go, right, we'll just go wherever you're going. But you got to keep an eye where he is, because the worst thing is, if you jump in with randoms, you can't see them on your map.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, no, hold on, you can.
I can't.
They're like. Do they not just
by yourself? You mean, like, if you're alone?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're alone, but if you're with say if we were on with like one other friend, they don't spawn there.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm thinking whenever I was on, because I definitely have seen other people's wee triangle. Well, not triangle. It's an arrow.
It's probably
on
missions.
the map, but maybe it is in missions then. Actually,
in free play they don't spawn.
Yeah. Okay. But
one thing I want them to do, if possible, would be to actually have free play. It's not free play.
What do you mean?
You're going into a server with the capacity of 4 people.
Oh, so you mean like just loads of people in it?
Well, it's huge.
Yeah, it is very big.
Why not?
Yeah, it is very big.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know there's going to be certain limitations whenever you go, but it's the same thing as Destiny, right? They have a huge map whenever you spawn into a planet, right?
And you could have a lot of people with you there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could have,
true.
9 people?
I'm not sure the max, but yeah, you can have a lot.
So, doing the likes of the EP and stuff, and
public events,
and whatnot, public events. So you have guys going in between certain areas which have loading screens and old consoles, but they are different. They like take you into different areas as well. So you might play with 10 guys in that last bit and go to the next one. They can't follow you.
Yeah, there'd be like 2.
Yeah, there'd be like 2 in the next one. So why couldn't they do something like that? Which then it would be free play, because it means you would hop in and you would be by yourself, but finding other freelancers in the world.
Yeah.
Don't see why that's not a thing at the moment.
Suppose
it is quite young.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like, I'm just trying to keep in my mind all the issues that are sort of frustrating and annoying now.
Yeah.
Is that the game's at this stage as we're recording this is 4 days old.
Yeah.
Since official full release,
like
obviously there's obviously a week before, but in terms of that, I'm just trying to keep in mind, as frustrating as the game can be sometimes, and it's not even that they're that bad, it's just that there's some wee things that sort of like I've mentioned to a few people and they've sort of said the same. Whenever people try and float with a storm and stay in the air, sometimes you just drop, and it makes no difference. It makes no sense because you're not overheated. You know, you try and like stay in the air and it just goes phew. It's really odd. So I've tried doing it normally. I've tried doing it through aiming. And both times it drops out of the air. It's a bit weird.
See, what I usually do, I just press the right analog stick in, and it just floats anyway.
See, that's what we were trying in that mission, and me and Phil were going nuts. We were like, why is this not working? But then once you complete the mission, you're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But at the same time,
but storms, you're meant to float, though, weren't you?
Exactly. That was what we were saying. We were like, we can't do anything from the ground. We are gonna die. And because obviously they are, as Phil would say, a glass cannon. But at the same time, it's something I just keep in my mind that they're gonna fix the game. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
It can't really get any worse, really.
No, it can't.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying that they've taken on all the little bad things.
It's gonna improve.
Yeah,
it's not gonna get worse than it is now, I think is what you're saying. So like, it's gonna be added more.
If they decide to nerf certain things, I'll be a bit annoyed because it.
Yeah, like it's PvE.
Yeah, it's PvE, and I mean, if you're gonna have to don't nerf anything, just make the difficulty harder.
Yep.
It's a lot simpler on your end. You know, there's no need to to change
don't
things.
Change how anything feels.
Exactly.
You don't need to. You don't need to balance it for player versus player. The game wouldn't work player versus player.
No. Well, you already do go against technically other. You go against the Lancers and stuff, don't you? So.
Oh well, yeah, the AI.
Technically, you know, you're still playing against them. They use their ultimates on you, so it is kind of PvP type of thing, but obviously there's no other player.
PvEP.
Yeah, PvAIP. But going back to free play, I think that it's annoying for me because going into free play with 3 randoms, it's okay. You can follow them about and that's fine. But if it comes to a certain point where you leave the server, or do the thing by yourself, which would take a lot longer.
A lot.
Yeah, but it's like a I don't know, there was activity in the ruins. Go there in an area, then cap it like they would, and then that would be it sorted. Whereas if you go in with 3 other people, you're sort of buggered because there might be crap and you'd be like, well, this is going to take forever to do anything. So you have to do the world event if you get one. If not, just leave right off the bat and be like, well, I have to find a new server, which is more loading screens on top of that.
How do you make a loading screens?
Well...
They're the worst bit, aren't they?
They are the worst bit of the game. The problem is...
They're so boring.
You want to play the game and the loading screens take up a lot of your time to play that game. You could be on for an hour and you'd spend 25 minutes at loading screens.
If you were doing a lot of contracts, if you're only doing one thing, one on the way out, and because it's free play, you don't need to follow them into missions or anything.
Yeah.
But and one of them just starts flying ahead instead of letting you sort of have a bit of fun, pick up material. You don't just get dragged forward and like screen goes black and you're there.
Yeah.
It's 40 seconds about the game. It's the one thing I really don't like is that in Destiny on the way into it, you set your javelin.
In any other looter shooters you can do that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just picking Destiny as an example, I suppose, because it's a game I played most. But yeah, you're right. In most games, you can press start or do whatever on the way into a mission or whatever, into a strike, nightfall. In Destiny, maybe not so much a nightfall, but you know what I mean. You can look at other people's characters. You can look at your own. You can see their loadouts. But in Anthem, if you're loading in, even with with even 3 other friends, I can't even look at your javelin and be like, oh, I wonder what Phil's running on his Colossus. I wonder what, I don't know, somebody else is running on their Interceptor. You can't do that. And I don't, I posted it in Reddit a while ago. I don't understand it's that hard.
I mean, I wouldn't say it would be hard for them to do because they are game developed. It is lacking, but I know people say it whenever you bring out these looter shooters and stuff. You can't compare them to Division. They don't have them. They don't have.
You can't do that at the start.
No.
But you see, and what I don't mean is that like midway through you pick up a legendary item.
Yeah.
I don't mean you can then put that on because I think it really, really clever. You
go back,
pick it up, you go back, and then it gets drilled onto your suit or something.
Yeah,
like you can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna quickly change. I like the
idea. That was thing before.
It also stops people leaving when they get what they need.
Exactly. Yeah. Well,
so it's quite
doesn't
good.
Really, because they can get like 4 or 5 masters and then leave.
They could, but it's also a deterrent that you don't know what they are.
Yeah.
So like for example, if you're say you get 4 or 5 master or legendaries or whatever.
Yeah.
You might have exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like
I
that.
Yeah.
So like, that's what I like about the loot game. First of all, obviously fix the bugs, but that will come. We'll go briefly through their part of the roadmap, but the recurring updates they have include fixes, improvements, and I'll be playing your group and getting your lines.
We haven't actually got that yet. During the reset yesterday, they haven't given us the coins yet, but they've kept track of everyone's coins.
Okay, cool.
See what we're gonna get them this week.
And then there's the daily, weekly, monthly challenges, which literally
monthly challenge was weird.
Doing
10 daily things or whatever it was, or gear, whatever.
But I mean, it's things you just get for working towards them.
Yeah.
And then the Prospero store refresh. Prospero's that squinty guy. That they're actually going to fix him.
I know.
Which I think's hilarious, but he.
I don't see the problem. Leave him as he is.
No, exactly. But like that's the guy you can buy the crystals. But what are they?
Shards.
You can buy those with real money, or you can pay for his stuff with in-game coin, which you earn from literally everything. Yeah, so I mean, it's very similar to, I suppose, Eververse, Battlefront sort of style as well. Like it's your typically RPG. Yeah, you can earn it or you can buy it. It's up to you. Yeah. But it is like colors, textures, full packs, that sort of thing. But I think talk about the roadmap. If we didn't talk about how bloody good it looks. Yeah, it's a sexy looking game, isn't it? Yeah. Like I said to Lauren, right? She doesn't appreciate games at all. No. She hasn't seen it yet, obviously. And she'll see it on tomorrow. She needs to see it in 4K. She needs to see it in 4K. I know, I agree, but I'm gonna take it round to hers tomorrow, and I've got the old Xbox sitting over there, so I'm gonna play it on that one. And it's gonna be like, meh. But it looks incredible, and to see, like I said earlier on, how class it looks between transitioning from flying in the air. And the best thing about it, so many things. And whenever you get in, you go into the water and you just instantly you just dive bomb in. Yeah, you're just like surrounded by all this crap. Like this is class. How great is the physics whenever you hit it, but you can't just keep going down. It sort of makes you go like whoa. Yeah, it sort of makes you adjust. And then you go. It's so clever. And then as you say, when you press Y though, I went straight down to the bottom. Really? I pressed, so I was like really, if you start at Fort Tarsus and you jump and the lake's like right below you. Yeah. I flew on the side to the left. Yeah, so I flew, pressed Y and went straight down and see how far I got. I was like, oh my god! But it did the same thing. It slowed you down. Have you stayed under for ages? Well, not to the point where I die. Yeah, you start running out of oxygen. Yeah. Like, I didn't realise this, and I was, floating under. I was looking all, like the fish and all, they look pure amazing. Yeah. And the seaweed. Yeah, there's, plants and everything. Yeah. But it's all mutated because of that It just looks so good.
Yeah.
And as I say, I was looking through it, and the next thing I was like, oxygen, and I was like, and then I was so low, like under the water, so deep that I was like going up, and I was going up. I was like, oh my word, like how deep is this?
I think how cool it is though is the fact they put treasure chests underwater as well.
Yeah,
I think that's class. The
really
fact
clever.
you just go underwater, and in between like world events, you can go. Well, there's a bit of place I can go into, go underwater. Straight down to the bottom, and there's a few harvest materials in there you can go and get as well. So you're not gonna miss anything. So you go down, and see if there's a chest. If there's a chest, sometimes it popped out a few purples before to make for me. So
do they float? I've never had one under the water.
I've
people
never got
them,
to the point where I was away, because whenever you open it, it's already in your inventory by the time you move anywhere, and you're not very fast underwater either. So
true.
But I mean, I think it's class that you can do that. I love the physics of the flying as well. I think
it's less clunky. The demo had me worried. I did not like it in the demo. I told you this whenever we sort of played it. I felt it felt very like jolty. Like if I tapped slightly left or slightly right, that it was like you know, it wasn't like, it was like a smooth turn. Whereas now I feel like it's a lot more like elegant. Yeah, I agree. You know, want of a better term.
I like the way you can move in between side to side and stuff, and you can just float anywhere you want to go. Like
even the dodge.
I know. Well, I don't have dodge, unfortunately.
Storm dodge is gorgeous. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's so nice.
I don't have dodge. All I have is a shield.
So what happens if you tap B?
I just bring my shield out.
When you're flying?
Oh yes.
No way.
Oh yes, man.
Cool.
That's the best thing ever. Earlier on, I was flying towards a Titan. You know when he does that, he punches his arm into the donuts floor. Come out? No, that's another one.
The fire.
He does both. So the fireballs come out.
Yeah.
I was like, there's one. Flew right through it. I was like, this is pure class. I felt so cool, and then he just killed me.
And they have the big rocket pack as well, the Colossus. But just for the record, Phil plays Colossus.
Yeah.
I main Storm, and then the other two are Ranger and Interceptor. So Colossus is your typical big
tank
sort of tank, all with arms and legs and a shield. Yeah. Storm's sort of like an Iron Man wizard. Sort of float up in the air, and you can do ice and fire and lightning and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ranger sort of is like War Machine.
It's like a jack of all trades but master of none.
Yeah. It sort of has, your typical, has like an arm rocket and grenades, and its ultimate abilities like a barrage of rockets, and then Interceptor's like your ninja assassin sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're in, out, you're quick, you're definitely the fastest. You've got 3 jumps, whereas most others only have 1 or 2. And your ultimate basically makes you invincible, and you can go in and just knife as much as you want.
But I love the feeling of, like, whenever you play as each individual character or each individual javelin, you feel what you should feel.
Yeah,
like,
it's different.
As Colossus, whenever you double tap A, so you jump and you press A, it struggles to get that weight up into the air.
Does it?
And you can feel
That's
it.
That's class.
Because you look at something, you go, I can get up there. And you can't. You cannot. You think not. You can, but you can't. And then as Storm, I played as them all in the demo.
Yeah.
And the Interceptor
Storm's quite elegant.
Yeah, I would agree. Storm is just, it's what it says in the tin. It is just an Iron Man wizard. You're correct, and you go. It just feels right. Whatever one you play as, it feels what, because you can exactly
float almost all the time in Storm.
Yeah,
Colossus definitely can't.
No, but you can float for quite a long time though.
You can, but it's nowhere near. Like if you just float for a Storm, you can basically float for an entire fight.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have to move out of the way.
Yeah.
And again, Interceptor would be very much in out sort of thing. But as you say, the only one I've really played with would be Ranger and Storm. I haven't got the other 2 yet. But that's just lack of
whenever you play Colossus, you'll just be like, this is so much banter.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, the fact that you can just see a Titan in the distance, just go, he's going to fire something at me, wrap your shield out, once it goes away, you just pause, stand in midair, fire your rocket at him, wait till he does the big fall,
do it again.
And then do it again. And it's just, I mean, I should really spec a loadout for that, but you don't run in them often enough.
No, not really.
There's no much point really, but I should probably spec one that does both,
Yeah.
But I think, if we get back to the flying, like whenever you're flying with, obviously it's jets, and you have a certain capacity, you'll overheat. So I think it's cool whenever you land in water. Don't understand how you cool from your feet.
What do you mean?
When you land in water.
Oh, I thought you meant like flying over it. I was going to say, well, it probably splashes.
That's.
Have you noticed when it rains, it cools your suit?
Yeah. That's one thing. I was like, I said the first day I was on, I was like, the only weather you should really fight in is rain, because you're not going to worry about your suit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whenever you're flying, the rain obviously cools down your suit, so you can fly for a lot longer.
Waterfalls
replenish
diving into water completely replenish, and also if you fly off for a bit, it doesn't.
It doesn't actually take up any.
I think it's mainly if you like. I suppose it depends what character you are. Obviously, Colossus, it's literally on your back.
Yeah.
But I wonder, we don't know what the suit could be made up for. This is complete speculation.
Yeah.
But it could be that when you stand in water, it like sucks it up.
Yeah.
And like cools from the inside. That's obviously complete. I don't know,
but it does make sense. They do have certain areas you can sort of cool off. Literally.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And the lava overheats your suit faster and stuff. It is really like obviously there's simple details, but they're class.
Yeah, but it's the simple things that make the game. I think though, which like we said before, like everyone says about you can't compare this game to anything else because it's new, it's a new IP and blah blah blah.
Yep.
And like fair enough, we have compared it to Destiny a couple of times, but Destiny's been
It's hard not to though because that's what we've spent so much time on.
Exactly.
That's what you're used to. But I am now trying not to. That's exactly what I try and compare it to. But then again, Destiny 1 was 2014, 13.
But that's so like, it was a new IP though. Like
it was, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't really compare them to to an extent you can, but once they figure all the bug fixes, they figure out these things. They, like you said, they got a roadmap.
Yep. Which we'll go through.
We'll go through in a wee second.
Yeah.
Like they have their heads screwed on. They know what they're doing. And
it's EA. I mean, as much as people don't like them, for loot boxes, just don't buy them. Then don't complain.
Yeah, but EA games do have a tendency to be a bit.
They can be, but I mean, at the end of the day, they produce FIFA every year. It's always amazing for those that love it. We went through
DICE
games.
though. I mean, the Frostbite engine and whatnot was just.
It's next level, isn't it?
It's crazy, isn't
like
it?
as we say, like I was actually just this is again sort of going back to flying and the environment. But I was flying the other day, and I turned to, I think it was Anton I was on with, and I just said to him, look at the trees blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
It was just something so simple, but I was just like, that is class.
But I think everything's like the way it should be. Like whenever you fire your rockets, they feel powerful and they look powerful.
Mm-hmm.
The explosion's fantastic.
Yep.
And then you put the fire looks class.
And if they're iced, they actually melt.
They melt.
When you put the fire on them, it's so cool.
Exactly. And whenever you splash into the water splashes.
Mm-hmm.
It does everything correct. Like there's nothing wrong with the game. Apart from obviously the little bugs and
the physics is good.
Yeah, like everything's fantastic. Like whenever you get to a certain point in the game, you might feel weak at the beginning because you're meant to.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
But once you get to a certain level, you're just like, this is insane, absolutely insane, and you just feel like you just as a Colossus anyway. I haven't played as anyone as high, yet, so I don't know exactly what it's gonna be like. But Colossus wise, you can just run in, smash boys, and run back out, and you're like, that was so much better.
Yeah.
And your shield's intact, and you've got a couple of scratches in your suit, and you're just like, I don't care.
Yeah, I think actually before we move on to the roadmap, what do you make of the customization?
I think it's fantastic, personally. Yeah. I mean, what do you mean in terms of
just in general? Like, I don't mean just. I don't want to go into loot. We'll do that actually. In fact, we'll go into loot after this, but we're going to do it after the roadmap. But we'll do it after this.
So cosmetic wise,
pure cosmetics. How do you think they look?
Well,
what do you think of the way people are doing their stuff? And an
awful lot of people are doing like a weird thing there, like which is completely fine. But they went online, and there's an awful lot of people who went through for the Iron Man look because it's just you're flying and whatever.
As I said, Iron Man wizard.
Yeah, Iron Man.
The first thing that came to my head.
You literally do have the reds and the golds, and sometimes whatever, and some do War Machine and whatnot. But the fact that you can have like a leather look on your, I don't see the point for a Colossus. I think Colossus should just be a complete steel, just pure metal. But I think unless the Colossus is probably the least customizable because he just looks he's too clunky.
Yeah, he's a big TV box.
Yeah. So I think with the Legion of Dawn armor, it looks class.
It's nice and like curved. Yeah.
But I think the one that made you look like Ed 29, do you remember like Ed the robot from RoboCop?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the big tin.
Yeah.
That there sort of thing. Like that looked cool as well, which I mean everyone's Colossus and stuff. Like everyone's character will look different eventually if you were to pay for the.
Have you bought any upgrade armor?
No,
not with real money, but I mean, you know the way you can buy the 14 grand rare armor. Have you bought any of that?
No, I haven't bought any of it.
No,
I just don't. I haven't found anything.
I just don't really like it.
Nothing's like stood out for me yet, but I have seen people wear it out and about, and it looks class on them. But I don't main Storm. I don't main you know. So Colossus, I've seen Aaron's got the Legion of Dawn stuff, and he looks class. But I just want to wait until I get the new wear state.
Yes.
I love that idea that you can change the literal look of your suit. It could be dirty, old, clean, new, whatever else. I think it looks really, really cool, like the scratches and whatnot and stuff on it. If you want to have a new suit, there's nothing on it at all.
That will look class.
But I think that customization, the colours are class. You can create your own colours.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That was a real nice touch.
Yeah, and then you can obviously make yourself metal, and you can have like gold, tin, bronze, whatever you want to do. Which is, I just think the customization for that is just fantastic. I mean, some people's have you seen some of them on Twitter?
Yeah, they're bad.
They're crazy.
I seen Phil reply to one the other day. I was like, my eyes ...
Oh really? Yeah. Oh dear.
It's quite funny. It did look terrible.
But people can have neon, like that's fine. You can look neon. You can just have a white and a green interceptor if you want.
That would look cool.
Yeah, well, that's what I had in the demo. I've created mine black and like a sunset orange.
Mine's black and blue.
Oh, nice.
Like really bright blue.
Your Storm or your Interceptor?
No, Interceptor is all black, bar the lines which are blue.
Oh, nice.
So it like sort of stands. It looks cool.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You can see it's like I know what you mean. I know which one you're on about. Yeah, I know which one you're on about. Yeah, nice. But it's the customization just next to it. I mean, it's fantastic. Like it's absolutely brilliant. You can make them look anything like any way you want. It's class, but I want to see what it's like whenever you get the new wear state, and then I want to see what other things you can look at, like the different armor pieces and whatnot.
Do you use vinyls? There's some vinyls and stuff you got.
I've got one on, but it's the one that you get for pre-ordering.
Legion of Dawn one?
No.
What was that?
I don't know what it's called. It just has on the Colossus. It just looks stupid. I think some of them just look as if someone's went with a paintbrush and and slapped it on them. But the one I've got has my little kneecap, got a little crest on it, and I've got a few things on my face and whatnot, which is kind of cool. But I mean, there is the Legion of Dawn you can get, which has got the gold sparks, the gold stuff, and all around it, which is kind of cool.
I think that's one I'm using at the moment, which is like it's got like a little gold sort of V on the chest, a couple actually, I think, and then on the Storm's cape on the left shoulder, there's a little pattern as well.
The one I really like is the Mass Effect one they had last week for sale.
What was that one? I didn't see it.
It was just the N7.
Oh no, I did see that. That was epic.
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah, I like that because people went and bought that, and I assume with their coins went and bought it and just made their guy white and red.
Yeah,
and he looked like a part of like an army.
Cool,
which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool that you can have those sort of vinyls. But I don't like the ones that have it just looks slapped on you. I prefer the ones that have
I get that.
Like around, like you know what I mean. Like the ones that don't have stupid like a flag on your leg.
Yeah.
Which you can't see half of.
Yeah.
Because of certain parts of the armor. Yeah, exactly.
I would agree.
We should check the old roadmap and see what we've got coming up.
So obviously I went through there very briefly what the recurring ones are going to be, so I'll just go through them again. So there's quality of life changes, which is your fixes, improvements and optimizations. There's your rewards, which are the weekly alliance coin, which we've discussed. There's your challenges, which are the daily, weekly and monthly ones, which are self-explanatory. And then there's your cosmetics, which is your Man Prospero from the store. So after launch, there's the 3 free play events, which I'm pretty sure we've probably already done, which is the Outlaw Outrage, There Be Giants, it's called, and the Shaper Surge, which are just the standard out in the world events. I think we've all done those probably by now. There's also the Scorpion event, which I think maybe was that's a slightly different one. That's not mentioned there. So that might have been like a standard one that was before these were released.
Yeah, right now.
That might have been a day one thing. Anyway, so we'll pop on to March. Oh, sorry, what I should say is this is literally year 1, act 1. It's called Echoes of Reality, which is a class name. Anyway, so we go on to March, and it's called Evolving World. This update. So there's the new cosmetics, which are called Elite. And there's new items, just rewards. There's new missions, which are going to be legendary missions. It's called Legendary Missions Phase 1, which you would assume there's going to be more. There's a new free play event that they are keeping. Sorry, 2 new free play events they're keeping secret. There's a new There Be Giants and a new Outlaw Outrage free play event as well. So that's 2 new world events that we know about and 2 that we don't, which would say to me they are going to be something completely different. Yeah. And that's all coming up in the next couple of weeks. And then
only March, like madness.
It's crazy, isn't it? And then April 2019. So there's the Stronger Together, obviously the saying within the game, strong alone, stronger together thing. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Love that.
So April brings in more expanded progression with a mastery system. There's new rewards again. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 core again. Could be 6 completely new world events. And then there's one that we do know called a Shaper Surge, which is missions phase 2. So we're getting more missions. There's a new stronghold. There's currently 3, so it's going to be the 4th weekly stronghold challenge, which will probably be like a leaderboard.
That's one thing I haven't actually done yet, is play a stronghold.
No. And then we've got the leaderboards, social play, and guilds as well, which would be cool.
Can't wait for the guilds.
Now, the Cataclysm starts, for anyone that doesn't know what that is and doesn't want to know, it's your own fault. So basically a Cataclysm is where the world is going to change in some way. I would guess that means the map's going to change, but
probably some sort of like weather, like snow or something changes, like desert.
That would be amazing. I would love something where part of the map just completely changes. Good, completely change the map, which would be class. But also in May there is another, which again means we don't know, and new rewards. So the new missions on all the way through
to come. Like I'm just
and
surprised.
That's only Act 1.
Yeah.
Now they have, and anything we want to speculate would be spoilerish, and it's only been out for 4 days, so
I think in a later episode whenever it's out for like a month
or 2, and then it's no real excuse, because I think this is war. As things go, it's pretty exciting. It's new, and it's gonna see where it goes. It's gonna
We're absolutely loving it. Like I mean, if you had to give it a rating right now,
out of
10.
New game that I've played 24 hours.
A whole day.
Yeah, I finished the story, and I'm not max level yet, but I've got some decent gear. Out of 10, I'd say a solid 8.
That was mine as well.
Would you say the same?
Yep.
Yeah. Because there's room for improvement, but I am enjoying it.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, on my own, it's probably a low 7. But
I would say others, a 6.
With others,
I would say a 6.
It's an 8 because I feel like it really improves
teamwork,
and team games are the way forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, Anthem, great. Thumbs
Fantastic.
up. We podcast thumbs up. Yeah, and it's only like £40 or something on Amazon.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong. As far as we're aware, these updates are free.
Yeah, it's all free.
So you're getting all this stuff that most games would charge you £20-30 for
each one.
Yeah, so I mean you're getting these for free.
Each act.
They probably could.
Yeah.
Honestly, £20 minimum.
Yeah. So
I mean it's free currently. Obviously you can spend your own money, as we mentioned, if you want, but you don't have to. I don't intend to, and I don't think you will either. So
no.
So yeah, I mean, Anthem, I would highly suggest you get it. Obviously the Division's coming out in a couple of weeks. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
You are? Cool. Okay, so we'll do one about that, and then but yeah, that's coming out too. So
there's some nice comparisons in there as well.
Will be indeed. So you good?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so we will finish off that part, and we'll see you again in part 2. Welcome to part 2. So if you haven't already guessed and you didn't listen to the introduction,
then shame on you.
We're obviously doing a slightly different layout this week. We're going to do the 3 segments. So this is part 2, and in this part, basically, we're going to look up some sort of trending news story, be it funny, be it serious, whatever. But this week,
I know nothing about this.
Yeah, so I've picked a story that I think is hilarious.
I hope it is funny because I know your funny's like puns. So
no, this is just funny. So basically, did you hear about the manhole in Germany?
No.
And what happened? No. I was gonna say guess, but you're never in a million years gonna get this.
Okay, well no, give me some like background of what do you mean? Like someone fall down it?
Something got stuck.
A person?
No.
So something got stuck?
Yeah.
An animal?
And 9 firefighters had to rescue it.
So it's a living thing?
Yeah.
Okay. No, probably not good. An elephant.
A chunky rodent got stuck trying to get out of a manhole, and there's a picture.
Oh my god. Oh, so it's not even the actual. It's. I thought like the actual thing had come off and
it tried to get out of one of the
little grating a bit.
Yeah, tried to get out and it got stuck. So basically,
and there's smiling for the picture as well. It's like, hey.
So basically, it's one of those sort of feel good, but it's also really funny. So
and sad.
Well, it got out. It's okay.
Yeah, but it's sore.
It looks like it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
So
not again.
Why have I done this? But like,
all his mates are laughing at his ass. There's probably get stuck again. Too many nuts, man.
But he basically what the rough story is that
he got stuck in a
he got stuck, but the backstory is that it was discovered by a little girl who then rang the fire brigade, who came and saved him, and then she drew a picture of it to thank the rescuers. Basically,
did they keep it?
I don't know, but that's essentially what happened. Some of my favorite tweets. So there's a quote in the BBC News article. You can go and look this up if you want. So the quote is, "The chunky rodent had a lot of winter flab." Somebody just wrote underneath it, 10 out of 10 can relate. There's another cracker here. "How many Germans does it take to save a rat bulb? 9.
Oh my god.
But and then somebody else tweeted, "This rat is not too fat. The sewer grate holes are too small."
I agree, 100%. Why are they in Germany?
It's in Germany, yeah. So obviously I showed you the picture of the rat. There are the fire brigade trying to get him out. See?
So did they have to like saw it off or something?
Basically, from what I can see here, they just sort of like pulled him back through because his front obviously fit and it was his big butt that got stuck. But basically, my favorite part of the whole thing is that it says that he got stuck due to his girth.
His girth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, but yeah,
it's just. When was it today?
Yeah, it was today. Literally today, which is the 26th. Tuesday 26th. So, yeah, it was a fun wee story. I thought it was had a good ending, obviously, and the funny picture of the rat being like, "Oh no, I'm stuck."
Imagine him going back to his family and all. And what happened to you today?
You don't want to know. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, good grief! Are you sure? Well, this is all being German, of course. So the German, it would be more of an angry sort of thing because the German accent's very, very angry.
It's just amazing.
Even if you're happy, it's very, very angry anyway.
Can you imagine though being that fire brigade? They got the phone call. Right, there's something stuck in a manhole. You're like, right, let's go get this person out, and it's Stuart Little's fat cousin.
Yeah.
And you're like, well.
The fact that there's 9 of them though.
Yeah, you've seen the picture there.
Yeah.
There's a whole crew, and you can imagine at one point one of them was like, "What am I doing here?" In full gear.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't even like they came down in tracksuits. They had literally stuck on their fireproof trousers, the jacket. I think a couple of them had hats on there.
I suppose you have to. It is technically what you're meant to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it is good that they saved the wee mouse. They saved the rat.
I wish could fit through that. Rats can't, they're stupid and fat.
That's amazing. It was just the fact that one of those sort of feel good, funny stories, and I thought it would be a sort of fun one to look through this week. Did you see the other one? Speaking of animals, about Theresa May? I'm assuming you did. I think we spoke about it.
Do tell.
Basically, for
tell us all.
For anyone that doesn't know,
by now,
Theresa May is the Prime Minister of Great Britain, and
is she?
She's trying to be, yeah. And basically, she was in Parliament today, and I mean, how else do you describe it?
I don't understand why this is a thing. Like, she's just an Egypt.
It was literally this afternoon. She was in a debate about Brexit.
Now, this is where she used this. Okay, so
yeah, she's in a debate about Brexit. She's having a go.
Probably about one of the most serious things that could ever happen to the UK
in its history.
Yeah.
So She's debating. She's having a go at Jeremy Corbyn as usual.
Yeah. Like brother and sister, aren't they?
Yeah, they just fight constantly. So, as they would, she wants her deal through. He's not too sure on it.
Yeah.
Basically,
he wants a second referendum.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I stand by. They've done this the wrong way around. It should have been, do you want to see what deal we can get, and then vote for the deal. It shouldn't have been, do you want in or out.
Yeah.
It should have been. But then people do come to me with an argument, well then they would have just given us a crap deal to keep us.
Yeah, it's true.
So I suppose I see both arguments, but I do think that now we know what the deal is, we should vote for it. But anyway, so that's a whole other episode. So basically, she stands up, she's given her retort. Jeremy Corbyn has said basically sort everything out. So she stands up and she basically says her part, which in summary, I'll quote the end. In summary, she's saying, if you want there to be a deal, as much as you say you want there to be a deal, I have a deal.
Yeah.
And then her quote at the end, she says, vote for the deal, simples, and sits down. She literally quotes Alexander, that's what you call him, the meerkat.
Alexander the meerkat.
Yeah.
I should know that because Mum loves them.
Yeah. Compare the meerkat, market. Wow.
Yeah.
Compare the market. She quotes that. That is her final word, and she sits down.
Yeah.
So.
But it's simples, mate.
It is simples. I mean, quoting Neil from the Inbetweeners as well.
Oh yeah, right enough. You use that quite a lot as well.
Yeah. So.
All right. Compare the meerkat. What are you at?
Basically, that's where they ended it in Parliament today.
I think it's crazy. Like, I understand we're in 2019 and stuff now, but they're still quite of the older generation. So
simples.
I mean,
what comes to your head? I wonder, is she just at the point now where she goes, look, this can't get any worse. I literally have done everything everyone wanted. They're still not happy. Is she now just sort of thinking, you know what? I'll say what I want.
To be fair, though, worse would have been her dancing to ABBA.
Oh, that was amazing.
It wasn't amazing at all. It was dreadful. Yeah, she come out. She's no idea. She's quite wooden, but she's like, she's like a wooden robot.
Yeah,
she's like
That's a really good way to put it. It almost looks as if she's on like pulleys.
Yeah,
she's like a puppet.
Someone looks as if she would. Yeah, where's Geppetto? Where's he at? Because she's definitely Pinocchio. For goodness sake.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, yeah, her dancing is dreadful, and so I mean, now she's just decided to ruin her. When she's quitting in April, May.
Is she leaving?
Yeah, well, I thought she'd be leaving if she didn't get a deal, surely.
No, I think she's
I thought she was resigning after this whole thing was over.
Not that I'd heard. I could be completely wrong.
It'd be funny if she retired in May, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just done. Just ends it.
Theresa May ends her career in May.
But yeah, so that's my little tidbits from What's Trending.
It's just the What's Trending segment.
I don't have a name for it yet.
I think we'll just call it the What's Trending segment.
We have a name for it?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Thanks.
Nice one. So that's the end of part 2, folks, and we'll catch you in the next bit, which is part 3. Welcome back to part 3. So we're going to start this bit basically talking about Detective Pikachu, which I think everyone is excited for.
Excited.
It's Pokemon and Ryan Reynolds, and
see, that's the only problem I have with it, though.
What?
Not that Ryan Reynolds is in it, but the fact that he's already Deadpool.
What do you mean? Do you feel like he's typecast?
Sort of.
I think he suits it because I can't imagine anyone else, because Ryan Reynolds has that. He's got like a weird. It's not a weird voice, but it's like
the not so serious voice.
Yeah, it's not serious at all, and like obviously this film looks like it's
kind of sucks because him in a drama film would be terrible. I think
probably would, but
he's a really good actor though. To be fair,
at the same time, is he not in like some rom-coms and stuff?
Yeah, but to be fair, yeah, he was. He was in quite a few rom-coms actually. So yeah.
But either way, he I reckon he'll pull it off. He's funny. He knows how to carry that sort of character, and I reckon
definitely, yeah. I am looking forward to it, but I don't want it to be whenever I'm like listening to him, where you're like, oh, that's a Deadpool line right there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
But I mean, the trailer looks absolutely fantastic. Like,
yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Seeing Pokemon in something other than
cartoon
form. I think it's going to be pure.
It is going to look. It's like Pikachu looks amazing. Obviously, on the way through that, we spotted a few like Machamp, Snorlax.
Yeah.
We've seen how amazing he looks.
So
Charizard looks amazing.
Mr.
Mime looks great. There was Jinx, wasn't there? There's some Golduck.
Jiggly. I didn't see.
There was Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff was in
not Jinx. Sorry. Psyduck. There was. We've seen the Jigglypuff get mad. Which you assume means people aren't listening to your sing.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's what she did.
Yeah.
And the Bulbasaur running through the...
So many Bulbasaurs.
And then there was the Blastoise.
And you've seen Squirtle as well in the little reward thing.
Oh, it's just great. So it just looks like such a fun film. I reckon there's going to be a few wee touching moments in there.
Oh, definitely.
Because they're going to really put... I reckon that film is going to pull on our heartstrings from whenever we were kids. Yeah. Like something's going to happen to him. You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
But
even the bit where he's like all Pika and stuff
on the floor.
No.
He's like, I can't do it when you're watching. Yeah. He's obviously trying to do it like that. That's so good.
He's so funny. Like, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but I hope it spawns like sequels and spin-offs and stuff, because I would love to see the Pokemon franchise take off again, because it is doing that with Pokemon Go and the new was it Pokemon Direct or something was it called, or something's coming out?
I'm not sure.
And there's a Pokemon Pikachu and the Pokemon Eevee or whatever it is as well. So
on the Switch.
Yeah. So it is getting there again. Like, but I loved Pokemon when I was a kid. I think it was like one of the best things ever, and to see it come to light in it's such a different light. Really, you know, it's just going to be something completely different. I really can't wait for it. Really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I haven't kept up 100% with the.
The new editions.
Like I've got to a point, and then beyond that, there's some like there were some characters. There were some Pokemon in that I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know that there were some I just didn't know, but obviously I'll come to know them. This is a really good way to do that.
Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be any Easter eggs as well, back to the original Ash,
Mewtwo.
Misty, and Mewtwo was fantastic.
Mewtwo showed up.
I don't know if Mew will be in it then, because if Mewtwo's in it, that technically wouldn't mean...
You see, they'll keep... I don't think there will be Ash or Misty. I think this will be a complete opposite universe.
I don't think it'll be.
Is he looking for Harry?
Yeah.
Harry. But, you know, obviously the trailer starts with him waking up and then...
Could be Gary's brother.
Could be Harry Potter, and it's going to link.
No, could you...
Next thing, he's Hedwig. But he... basically, you know, trailer, for anyone who hasn't seen it, you should watch it, but brief rundown, it starts with him waking up, Pikachu waking up saying, you know, I didn't know who I was, I've got amnesia, and all I have is this hat, I need to get back to Harry. He bumps into a kid who can understand him.
Well, teen.
Yeah, sorry, teen.
Or young adult, I didn't know, actually.
I don't know what age it would be, maybe late teens, but basically he can understand Pikachu, but no one else can.
It was really original trailer. He was like, you can hear me?
Yeah. So basically,
it's so funny because there's a trailer whenever they talk, they just say Pika and Bulbasaur and all.
He can't understand, but he can only understand Pikachu. He can't understand any other Pokemon.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Pikachu's gonna have to speak from. Was there a Lickitung? I think there was a Lickitung in there.
There was a Lickitung in there,
but
just a big tongue.
Yeah. So the Snorlax asleep against the thing.
I hope there's a Drowsy in it. I remember the film, it was a Drowsy. Yeah. Drowsy. So I was like,
there's bound to be.
I cried so much, I was laughing so hard at that.
I honestly, like, any of the dopey ones I'm down for.
Yeah.
Like, they're so funny. Like, but it was the fact they even had, like, things to do in the world, like Machamp stopping traffic.
Yeah, they had jobs.
It was cool.
Yeah, I think it's so funny. Charizard as a fireman would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Yeah.
But I think he looked like he was a cage fighter. But basically, I think they're basically on the journey to find the kid's dad and Pikachu's owner.
Yeah.
So
that's so cool, like, isn't it?
It does look really good.
It's weird that there's obviously loads more Pokemon, so I'm intrigued to see what way it's going to work with Pikachu and stuff. If it's going to have...
I'd be totally down. See if they end up at the end as like a team, as like a detective team. The kid and
I
didn't catch his name. Did you?
Tim.
Is it Tim?
I think so.
Okay. Well, basically those two, if they end up as a team, like it's like a wee detective team.
Watson.
And then there's a Detective Pikachu 2 search for something. Mew's tomb. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
You know what I mean? Like, where they then go like on a little adventure, but it would still be hilarious but have its like moments, you know, it would be really good.
It's sort of a film that caught me off guard as well, because I remember hearing about it like ages ago and I was like, that just sounds terrible.
I didn't think it would ever happen.
Oh, really?
See, whenever I heard about it, I was like, I I could see somebody just like buying into it and then going, no.
Well, whenever I heard Ryan Reynolds was behind it, I was like, it's gonna get done.
Yeah,
it has to get done because he did Deadpool and it was like one of the biggest things ever. But I was like, I like the idea of having Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu at the start, but I was like, don't know how they're going to do this film, don't know what it's going to be like, it's going to be funny or it's going to be like what sort of like PG, 15, 12, no idea.
It'll be a 12 AM almost certain.
Probably either that or a 15, like I mean,
yeah,
it'd have to be something like that, but whenever I first originally heard it, I was like, meh. Then the trailer came out and I was like, yep. I'm on board. Completely sold on this, like. But it was even the second trailer. The fact they released the second trailer, I didn't need the second trailer at all. The first one got me from the get-go.
Is there a date? Did you see a date?
There might have been at the end, but we were just too quick to come on and talk about it. It was just so much banter.
I'll check because it's one of those films that
I think it's April. Did it say April?
That soon, is it?
I think so. Well, it looks done to me though. So there's an awful lot happening in March.
10th of May 2019.
Damn it.
10th of May. So Ryan Reynolds, Bill Nighy's in it. That guy Karen Sony, you know, Pajinder, what's his name? Taxi driver in Deadpool.
Oh yeah,
he's in it.
Okay.
Let's just see if I know anyone else.
Probably
Rita Ora.
I thought I seen Rita Ora.
Really?
Yeah, I said it's not Rita Ora, and you were like, whoa, look at that!
It's already passed.
Yeah. She was like the woman in the cap, I think.
I would need to check, maybe. But there you are. Basically, the main guy seems to be a guy called Justice Smith. I feel like I know his name.
What's his name in the film?
Tim. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Justice Smith. Oh, he was the little nerd scientist in Jurassic World.
Yeah,
that's who I know him from. But yeah, basically,
he's a great actor as well.
Yeah, 10th of May. That's out. So that'll be one to see. Yeah, or no?
I literally cannot wait for it. I don't even know if I want to go and see it with me.
I'm totally gonna go. I reckon all the guys should just go see it. Totally down for
Back
that.
in the day, all the Pokemons.
It'd be amazing.
No, I know. I think it'd be
so
brilliant.
Good.
That's if everyone even likes Pokemon anymore. I love it. Like
I would totally go and see it. Like it's not something I particularly follow, as I say, but it's the fact that it's gonna have a lot of nice little memories and stuff.
It is from my childhood, like so.
Yeah,
I don't really.
It's gonna be pretty good.
I'm more into the older Pokemon than I would be the new ones.
So. Like the original 151, technically, if you count Mew, were just great.
Yeah.
Or was it 152 if you can count the Mew?
No, 150. Was it?
No, Mew was 151 or 152.
Was it?
Yeah.
She?
Or was it he, she? I think
Mew was a she.
So, either way, it was... I think Mewtwo was either 150 or 151, and then Mew was 151 or 152. Yeah. It was one of the two. I think it was 151 Mew was, and he was 150.
We're sure oldest now, aren't we? Like, I don't even remember what Pokemon...
I remember the first ever proper booster pack I got, you know, big first starter pack, had a shiny Machamp.
Oh really? That's class.
First ever one. But it was like the one that gave you like 40 or 30 cards.
I had a Blue-Eyes White Dragon.
From Yu-Gi-Oh?
I thought you were going to go, what was that Pokemon? No. I remember
I actually have one out in the house.
To be fair, I don't even know where all my stuff's gone. Like my Pokemon cards and all have probably been chucked and all now. So
unfortunately, they're worth a fortune.
Are they?
Big time. If you have one of the original Charizards, it goes for like 20 grand.
Oh well.
There's not that many though. Like honestly, in pure mint condition, there's double figures maybe in the world. I put
mine in the resealable bags and all.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're.
I'm pretty sure mine have been given away to younger generations of my family.
Oh great! So they get richer off you then?
Well, I guarantee you they've given them away, and somebody that we don't know will eventually get them. I definitely have still all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I know that much. But they probably won't be worth anywhere near.
No, Pokemon's the stock went up with Pokemon like so.
Yeah, especially now. But yeah, 100% gonna go see that film on the 10th of May.
100%.
Shortly after.
Yeah, definitely afterwards. After the 10th of May, it's always packed in the day. So
yeah.
And you're just like, what? And you sometimes get those plebs in the cinema like, what are you doing, man? Are you getting a drink for me? Yeah. And the guys that have popcorn in and around their face.
Me.
Yeah, but you at least don't cheer. You don't cheer as if it's like you're alone in the room.
No.
Don't know why
slightly quieter.
Yeah, okay, slightly quieter.
But yeah, I'm totally gonna go see that. So yeah.
Me too.
And basically with this wee part, we're always gonna finish with a finishing something. So be it a thought, a story, fact. Yeah, anything that sort of whoever
something springs to mind.
Yeah, just whatever comes to mind. So this week I've went with a little quote. So the quote, anyone that's seen Man of Steel will probably know it, but the quote's nice. It just is simply, sometimes you have to take a leap of faith first, the trust part comes later. So basically, thoughts behind this.
You getting married?
No, not yet. 2 days from today, so the day after this is released. Sorry, day before this is released, so on Thursday. My boss leaves.
Yeah.
He's done. He's moved on to
He's done
to try something else. He's done. He's with our company. He's done. So he's moving on to do other things. And obviously wish him all the best. But he didn't know what's next. He's gonna go and try something else. You know, he could have stayed where he is and been comfortable, earned good money. You know, done what he's been doing.
So he literally hasn't got a clue what he's at then.
He's going to do a job in IT.
Oh, yeah, well, apart from that, he doesn't know if it's going to be good for her. He doesn't know it's going to be.
Sounds interesting.
Well, you never know.
All I know.
What job's going to be good for you?
He's taken that leap of faith, and he's decided he needs to try something else. He needs a new challenge. He's in his 40s. You know, he's not.
Yeah, he's not
like he's in his 20s like us. You know, he's not old, but at the same time, it's a career change when most people are settled, and it's cool. It's good for him, and it won't be a bad thing for the company either. You know, a bit of change every now and again is not a bad thing. So. But basically, you know, he, as I say, with him leaving this week, that's sort of in the forefront of my mind that there's nothing wrong with making that bit of change. There's nothing wrong with, you know, sort of saying, you know what, I'll give it a go, and if it doesn't work, that's fine. At least I tried it. You know, whenever it sort of says sometimes you have to take a leap of faith first. You know what? Don't overthink everything all the time. Sometimes it is Occam's razor. The simplest answer is probably the right one.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with your, you know, as I've openly said this many times, you know, I struggle sometimes in work. You know, I've made no secret of that to, you know, people that I work with, you know, because I don't think if you're working with people, if you're not being honest, what are you doing? So, that is something with him, obviously making that choice and leaving. I don't know if he's going to more or less money. I don't think it matters to him, you know. Yeah. He's going to do something else. So he is taking that leap of faith, and as I say, just with that coming up this week, it is something that's in the forefront of my mind, and I would like to maybe put that on to anyone else that's, you know, in that sort of period in their life where they're not too sure on things. You know, maybe you're thinking about moving house, maybe you're thinking about changing your job, maybe you're unsure about, I don't know, a friendship or a relationship or whatever. It's just something to keep in the forefront of your mind that you aren't stuck. You know, you can make that leap of faith. And if it doesn't work, at least you can say you give it a go.
Yeah.
So that's what my thoughts were this week, and that's where I'm going to finish up.
Well, it's nice to see where your mind's at, really, though. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in the forefront and stuff, and you know, physically, you just never know what people are thinking. So, yeah, it's a nice little sort of.
Yeah. So that's my end of part 3.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I'll catch you in the next one, folks.
Bye.